and well, and just sell yourself, right? And we'll learn about it more in the next sessions. So yeah, these are the two Ayush Mukul you will find. This is one Ayush Mukul which is fine, totally fine. He just don't have any post or anything. And this is another Ayush Mukul. I'm not really trying to, say like you should have a good profile of yourself if you really into, if you're really serious about getting into professional network or, getting to know people basically. So having a good social profile with a good profile picture. It applies to all the platforms, be it LinkedIn, be it Twitter, be it peer list, everywhere. It matters to have an identity of yourself, an authentic identity to be fair. And yeah, be authentic. Another thing is let's start with LinkedIn in depth. What is why it's so important to have a good LinkedIn profile right now? So, what LinkedIn means networking, right? How it's like the online way of connecting with people, talking with people who will learn about your
ये तेरी
interests and
बोल
help.
रही है ना.
So, yeah, about your interest and then help you inside your career options and growth. It's a two-way process that involves developing and maintaining connection with individuals, mutually benefiting from the relationship. So it's an ongoing process that takes time and attention. It is not something you do when you are looking for a job, right? So it's really a fun thing that, when it's the final year, people go and, start searching about, how to learn DSA in 30 days, how do you, uh, how do you actually build a resume. So it's a long journey, right? From your second year, first year, you start having these small building blocks of yours and that you connect in the final year, let's suppose, or the third year, right? It is not an one day thing. It's not an overnighter which you pull off and get the paper done. No, it's way serious than that. So right from your first second year, start collecting these small blocks which you will connect, looking backwards in your final year. So having it, these are like 8 sections which I will be talking about. Please remember that, and it will help you a lot, and not to, cramp in the last moment. This is not something which you can do. So, so yeah. So why networking is important? you know it will be the single most effective method of adv- advising. Many job vacancies are never advertised, but instead filled through some form of personal or professional reference. So it's a reality, right? If you'll see, placements right now, you can see that, it's more of an experience based or referral based. So when you have a good network, it is your net worth, right? So, you know, like having to know people. Suppose you're going to a company and you already know the founder or some other way. Sorry, and that's how it works right now. So expand your network. How do you do it? Attend local tech events. Now, since after the lockdown, a lot of companies are actually hosting their own tech events. If you have seen the poster right now, you'll see the Microsoft logo behind me. So it was one of the which I attended recently last weekend. So every weekend there are these local tech events by, these companies where they, where will be able to, you will be able to connect with, local developers or the people that are actually active in this, whole tech world kind of. So, do attend these local tech events. Take a time like you took today to attend this session. Thank you for that. And like that, you can attend some other tech events which happens every weekend. I will also share the links of all of that in later part. So you connect with guest speakers. I am the guest speaker. You can connect with me and on campus, which you have, right? This is a great way to, expand your network. And one of the best tip is that you have to reach 500 plus connections ASAP on LinkedIn. That's how you get into the discovery network. That's how you will be able to receive the connection request which you are sending right now. When you are at below 500, you are just sending connection requests. After 500 connections on LinkedIn, you will be able to get connection requests by your own. Okay. Before that, you have to build a good LinkedIn profile, which you will be referring to build your resume. Okay. So connect with your fellow mates from the college. Right now we have 60 plus people right now in this meet. Search them on LinkedIn and connect with them. And you have 60 plus connections already. So yeah, a goal, keep an to do that. You have to reach 500 plus connections on LinkedIn. Remember that. Next up, how do you get started? For starters, just go to the sign up page on LinkedIn and open a LinkedIn profile if you don't have already. I hope that everyone does have one LinkedIn profile. Be it uncooked, it's fine. Okay. So while you sign up, or if you're already signed up, make sure that your current location you have updated on LinkedIn. Okay. So it's really important because that's how it makes you 24 times more likely to be found in the LinkedIn searches. So it's really important that you do that. So first of all, update your live current location. If you are someone living in the hostel right now, if you are in Mumbai from some other place, and if you are created the account in your hometown, just update it to the current location. Yeah. So yeah, profile photo is the main core of it. That's how people identify you. Having no LinkedIn profile photo means that it's so uncooked that it's not even complete. So first of all, have a good photo, good professional front photo. Get it clicked if you don't even have it. It's not Instagram, it's not Snapchat. It's something professional where you are gonna earn money. So take it serious. So according to LinkedIn, profiles with photos issue 24 times more views and 9x more connection requests on fact. So update your good profile photo. Now let's talk about the section. There are these 8 sections which will help you to get a good LinkedIn profile. Okay, right now this is like an old photo. Right now I have 2000 plus followers here, which does matter because after you reach and see the 500 plus connection, this is the bare minimum that you have to reach, and that's really easy. You just have to not really spam, but those you already know, just send them a connection request on LinkedIn, bro. That's so simple. And yeah, section one, the headline. So, what are you currently doing? Right now, I was the GDSSI GST secretary of my college. I written that. I love crafting tech experiences, which I do in hackathons or the personal projects. So, I have written that. I was the top 100 in Google Solution Challenge last year. So, I written that. I have won 2 hackathons. I've written that. I'm gonna update here 4x fails as well. So, anyways, so if you are someone who are like keen towards some particular technology stack, be it one developer, be you are learning Python, just update it there and put one dash like that to separate the section. So this helps you to, be in the search section of LinkedIn. So if someone's searching for a Python developer, suppose, and you have that in your headline, so that LinkedIn just puts you up there. So yeah, that's as simple as that. So whatever you're doing currently, you're interested in, just update in the headline. Okay, next up, next section is about section. So be a brief about it. It's not the Instagram bio. It's not something which you fake or some assumptions. Be real here. Be descriptive as much as you could, and talk about whatever you're doing right now. Be it some position at a college club. Be it whatever you're learning right now, or if you have done some good achievements, put it in the about section. Section 3 is the experience section. It's a section which people really mess up, but you have to be very careful with the simple options that LinkedIn provides you. So, if you suppose you are, I was a technical content writer in my second year in my college club of GDSC. Then in the third year I was a community manager, and then finally in the third year I was promoted to a you have to update to the same position. What people do is that people just update it, and now they were part of 2 GDSC clubs. It's not like that. You just have to update a single club if you are having a promotion in that particular organization. So yeah, here's a tip. Next up is the education section where you put your schools, your college, current college, and yeah, that's what it is. And do update whatever the grade you have. And if you have some certificates from college, put it in the media section. It's cool to have. Next up, certificates. We all getting certificates from the courses. So whatever certificates you have, put it out here because you know this is something which you have to keep on doing in your first, second, third year, and so that when you refer back on making an resume, you just look at your LinkedIn profile and you just update that. That's all. So it's very simple to do that. having an updated LinkedIn profile. So yeah, scroll as much reels you scroll on Instagram, just give it like 10 to 15 minutes and update it. So next up is projects. Now, whatever projects you're doing, be it like the mini projects right now, do put it on GitHub and have a good description of it. Have a good logo if you really if you're really serious about it. Add all the project members, even if they aren't contributing much, but do add them. And yeah, just put out your projects. Be it simple projects which you do, just keep it as an it's like bro, like you're just putting it out there as a repository which you can refer back in again when you're building your resume. Now, section 7 is volunteering. Now, when you really get a job, you can put all of your college clubs experience in the volunteering section. You can just transfer that, and whatever volunteering stuff you have done, if you were a part of NSS or any social organization and you did some good work, you can put it out there in the volunteering section. Now, these sections you pick it out from the LinkedIn as well. So yeah, it's simple. Next up is recommendations. Now, we all work in these college teams, and you should actually get, recommendation from your team leads. It's fun to have like all the leads which you are senior than you, ask them to give you a recommendation, which helps you to, again to apply further in the your next step in your career, right? So ask them to give recommendations to you. So Mehul was my lead back then, so he gave me a good recommendation. Swarangi was my creative lead while I did work in TEDx. So this is all the free work you do, but these are some good opportunities while in your second, third year where you volunteer to do some work, right? And this is actual work. So ask them to give you recommendations. Doesn't go to waste. And yeah, these were the 8 building blocks. You can take a screenshot of this and save it in your gallery, and obviously I will have all of this entire slides, everything delivered to you. Don't worry about that. Okay. Sorry. Next up, why to do this? Doing this will create a personal portfolio to refer back, as I said, and your brand identity, which you can use to build your resume. As simple as that. This is your personal portfolio. You can rather have, do as well as post on LinkedIn. I will also talk about that. So yeah, it's an important point that having a good LinkedIn profile helps building your resume. Okay, keep a goal that when you search your name on Google, out of 100 Ayush Mukal, you should reach rank number one. If you are able to rank yourself and build your personal brand, that's really great. But if you suppose you have some common name called as Aditi or something, Rahul, then I can't really help you because that's really common name. But you can really work on it and get ranked up. So yeah. Next up, I have some quote around that: stop building habits and start building something. If habits don't follow automatically, you don't really want it. And if you don't really want it, it won't last anyway. So it's a fun habit to, have ideas, don't stop dreaming, and things that you really want to do in this world. So start building something from scratch, be it some your hobby, be it something which you really want to build. So it really helps, and if you don't really want it, it won't really you don't really want it, so it won't last anyway. So it's a nice quote that I put out after the sessions. So yeah, the entire slides and everything you will find on this QR code as well as in the chat right now. I will share it with you guys. Wait, uh, just a second. You can save this Google Doc, which you can refer back. This has some good tips which I have written personally. Just a second. I'll put it in the chat box. Okay, we have a question. Please tell if NS is an if benefit in the context of job. Well, it's like, yeah, it does help. As if to showcase, NSS in general has helped me to gain a lot of confidence and stuff like that. So yeah, you can say that it does help, but particularly job, it depends on the employer that you are reaching out. So yeah, but it does help in general. Like it's fun. Okay. Uh, so I hope you have saved the screenshot. Okay. Now let's talk about why all of this. Because when you showcase what you have and it gets in the public domain, companies do see you and potential clients see you. So I've been approached by multiple, clients via my LinkedIn profile, and that I have this project, and even this opportunity which I got of taking this session was through a network which I have built. And so you have to go out and you have to actually do something. If you don't really do, nothing's gonna show up out of a dream. So let's, like, for example, this particular session. So Shravani is like a friend of mine, which we met in an event, and then I got in contact through Devansh and then Abhishek, and that's how I'm taking this session, right? So again, so go to the local tech events where you actually meet someone offline, and while the connection that you build there, like if you even like network with 2 or 3 people that are really potentially active there, and that's how you will be able to connect the dots. If something comes up that they have in their mind that there's this guy who does this thing, right? So that's how opportunities float here and there. So put yourself out, build a brand of yourself, and sell yourself, guys. That's the best thing. Okay. So I hope you guys got some value from this session. Another tip, the doc which I have shared in the chat box, there's one last link where you will find Stanford resume template, which you can, which can use, and as well as the employers will spend less than 30 seconds reviewing your resume. So it should be really concise and to the point. It should be really short and simple. So make sure you have that to the point. Okay. So yeah, that's a wrap. It was a quick session, I feel. I hope you guys found value. You guys can even connect with me on LinkedIn, as I said, and all other social media platforms. I'll share that in the chat as well. If you have, I'm open for questions right now. If you have any question throughout the session, I can help you
So,
guys with
if
that.
anybody has
Yeah.
any sort of questions, you can unmute yourself and ask him, or just message him in the chat box. He will be delighted to answer all of them, I guess.
Yeah, sure. Please, can you tell what skills are desirable generally, irrespective of employers or domain for which one is applying soft skills? Yeah, Aryan, to answer your question, yeah. In general, like interviews, they look at your keen interest towards, in general, what kind of person you are. So being confident, being really cheerful about the things, and obviously doing the research before you're going for the interview. All the interviews are done. It really helps that you are actually, having a good, look towards yourself, and then being confident. That's the best skill that you can have. Okay. What does volunteering stand for in a resume? Okay, volunteering can be, all the social volunteering that you can do. Suppose you go out through a organization of beach cleanup. You are doing beach cleanup every weekend. Suppose that counts as volunteering. Suppose you are going for the Robin Hood Army, if you know, guys. It's an organization where do they teach underprivileged kids. So that counts as volunteering. And if you're planning to go for higher studies, so having a good volunteering experience does matter. So it's like stuff you do for the social good, basically. So yeah, that's what it does sound. Ansh, I hope it answers your question. Okay, Harsh had a question, guys. Which certificate does matter in resume in the field of AIDS? Okay, certificates does matter. Okay, so as I said, like certificate does matter in field of AIDS. I would say, like, you can go on Kaggle. Kaggle is a good platform of ML, and you can have explore that platform and build projects. And certificates you can obviously Coursera there. Okay, how to build a strong connection on social media? Okay, I would say professional media, which we have explained today. So build a strong connection. So for me, the connections are like, the offline connections are way better than the online connection which you will have. So as I said, you can go for the local tech events which you will find on Meetup is a good platform. Then I will through Abhishek, I will send you guys a link where I will be listing all the tech communities that are active right now in Mumbai, which you guys can go on every weekend and attend their sessions. After a session, there is a whole network event. Be it design for that matter. If you have some design questions, I'm open for that as well. So suppose there is Friends of Figma community, which really holds design meetups, and you'll be able to meet professional people in that particular area. So be it React Mumbai, which does React meetups, be it Mug, that is MongoDB user group Mumbai. So there's a lot of tech communities. Obviously, the GDG Mad, which I did volunteering as well. So yeah, you can go to these communities and talk with the real people and connect really with them. On LinkedIn with them offline. So that's how you can build a strong connection. Yeah, cool. Uh, I hope that answers your question, Anand. Okay, Aman has a question. Does reading newsletter really help for particular field on LinkedIn? Yeah, I mean, why not? If you have some keen interest in a topic, you can read their newsletters and subscribe to their newsletters and you know read about them. Why? It's a no-brainer. Why not? Does NPTEL's courses hold gravity also? Well,
लौट ज्वाइन कर
uh,
इसका इंडियन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन नहीं सर
Aryan, to
आज
answer
मिल
your
जाएगा
question,
ले ले अरे 3% है रे फोन हाँ रहने
Please mute
मेरा करवा
yourself.
लेना ना देख तो करवा
Aryan,
पाएगा अरे इसमें अटेंडेंस वो होता है ना रिकॉर्ड होता है करवा दूंगा
Aryan.
तू टेंशन
Can you guys mute? Okay. So NPTEL course certificates, yeah, I mean certificates. If you are actually doing a certificate course seriously, and you're getting some value out of it, and yeah, it does hold gravity because it adds up to your knowledge. So yeah, Aryan, it does matter. If you don't have any skills and experience like ज़्यादा नहीं तो कैसे resume बनाए? As a second year student, how can I build a professional resume? So to answer your questions, Neha, you can start with a basic resume where you have your own personal information about your education, and if you have some skills which you have really learning, even if you're learning in second year, it's fine to put it out there even if you're learning, as well as if you are part of any college club. I will show you my resume. I think that will help you. Just a minute. Wait.
So everybody, your doubts are over.
Yeah, you can guys. Meanwhile,
I'm still giving you 5 to 10 minutes. If you have any sort of doubt, please ask him.
yeah, just a second. Does specialization makes good impact on interview panel? Well, yeah, it does again matter on the company, but yeah, why not? If you have an particular domain that you are targeting, be it ML, so yeah, Harsh, it does matter. Okay. Is LinkedIn profile more important than resume nowadays? Well, resume is a thing which you give to a employer on the interview day. So before that, you should have some history, right? Like throughout your professional journey, LinkedIn is a platform which you can update periodically while you do some professional achievements. So yeah, it's like throughout you can use LinkedIn, and then when you actually want to submit the resume, you can update your resume looking at LinkedIn. Even you can sorry, even you can generate a resume from LinkedIn, by the way, that I have updated in the doc. I'll show you my resume just a minute. uh, it's like the resume which I did in my third year actually, so that you have a good idea. Just a second. Oh, mm. Okay. Is the screen visible, guys? Resume screen. Is my screen visible? I hope it is.
Yeah,
Yes,
it
yes.
is. It is.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. So basically, you will have a headline here, then the place where you live, your email ID, college email ID for that matter, your contact number, and education is the first section where you put out your education, your current degree, then the experience part. Again, see, these are the college clubs which I was part of. I put it as experience. So this will, I did an internship in Internshala as well for technical content, which I updated. I did some volunteering work at ESL. I did that. So this was the hackathon winning project which I did, which I put it out here in the project section. And again, the skills which you have right now, achievements which you have, interests and activities. So yeah, that's what a resume, simple resume looks like. And this should be simple because, as I said, it's like a little time people, the employers look at your resume. So yeah, there's that. So yeah, any more questions? Just a second, there were more questions. Okay, Harsh, your question. Does specialization makes good impact? Yeah, I just said I answered it. Is LinkedIn profile? Yeah, I answered it. How should I list my education certificate? I shown you my resume right now. Okay, I did. Uh, yeah, how to build a strong resume. That's what the session was. So, what should we post on LinkedIn? Okay, I will show you my LinkedIn fast. Just a second. Okay. Again, hope it's visible. Yeah, it's visible. So yeah, right now I have 2000 plus followers here. And what was your question? Okay, what should you post on LinkedIn? Yeah, so it's fun. So people tend to have a very long description, but right now people do have a very less attention span. So keep it simple. So suppose this was one of my hackathon win. So like wins, or in general, if you have something to share, something which you really want to share with the community, do it on LinkedIn. That's how you post on LinkedIn. Keep it precise, keep it informative, keep it something which you really want to share. That really helps. It's taking forever. Like second. Like suppose again Prashant is someone which I meet on a meetup. So he's posting about his latest project for the Flutter Mumbai event, 3D printed logo. So this is something, that's how you post on LinkedIn. I'll show my. Oh, damn, very slow. Okay, so these are some featured posts. Uh, just a second. I don't know why it's taking forever. I'll answer some more questions meanwhile. Yeah. Add location is, yeah, Sneha, it's important. As I said, many of us use Canva templates during interviews. This is good or not? I won't suggest using a Canva template. It's fine for posts, but uh, use a good professional format. I have shared in the doc. Please use that one. Even if I did internship which is not related to my degree, should I mention? Why not? But suppose it should be, well, if you, well, you should have an internship which is very much related to your degree. If you are particularly going for an SDE job, you can't just go with an design internship, right? So it does matter to have an relevant experience or skills while applying for a job. So yeah, you can customize your resume in that matter. The video resume be in the future. I feel why not? Yeah. It is said that resume should be one page and different types of stats should be used for the resume. Is the reason? Well, I said was my old resume. So that's when I did only volunteering work. So it doesn't have much stats. Sometimes we use Canva templates to create a review. No, it's not good. So yeah, so I will tell about the post on LinkedIn. uh, put in pictures, click good pictures, put the pictures out, and be detailed about your experience. If you're sharing an experience, suppose of an event, be talk about the experience which you really had at that event and put it out there. Simple as that. So yeah, you get good impressions, and that's how you rank up your name on this professional social network. So yeah, if you have some more questions, I'm open for questions, guys. Being a hackathon, what technologies would you suggest to a second year student who is confused to navigate his journey? Okay, Aman, I would suggest go with Flutter. It's fun to learn. You will be able to do natively. You can build an web application as well as an Android application, or it's a multi-platform technology. So Flutter is a good technology to learn in your second year, and push your product in a hackathon, and you can actually build it really fast in an hackathon. So you can go with Flutter to start with. So yeah, any more questions particularly I can answer? Any questions all around resume, anything you want to ask? Video resume, as I said, I'm not really aware about it as a thing, but yeah, it can be a thing, right? You never know. Aman, as well as for hackathons, I would suggest that you go with a good team. It does matter. So have a combination of people where presentation is taken care of, development. Take two people for development, one as a design guy, one as a presentation guy. Having a whole set of people helps. Alone you can do so little, and together you can do so much. How to connect with you in future? If you have doubts, you can. I have shared a link. It's like an all-in-one link. You can reach out to me anytime. I'm always available. Oh wait, I'm not sending. Okay, wait. I'm sending to just one person. This is a link. Of the is the dog. I'll share the doc link as well. Wait. This will have the slides of this session, as well as whatever I have talked today. And if you haven't put attention, go to that doc below and save it in your Google Docs, and you can read. You can go through that anytime. Any more questions? I'm open. Any questions, guys? Like, we, I hope we have time.
Guys, if you have any questions, please ask it.
Yes. Should I focus on Java if I wish to pursue app development in future? Well, Aryan, I would suggest Java is some technology in app development right now. Yeah, yeah, as you said, Kotlin is more preferred right now, as well as different native technologies such as React Native, and Flutter is mostly used. Even the Cred app, by the way, is built on Flutter. So imagine it's really scalable. So you can do Java. Obviously, it's good to know Java anytime. Yeah, but more preferred is Kotlin and Flutter, I would say. And yeah.
Anybody else?
Any question? So,
Okay. So, am I visible to you?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, hi. So, as we conclude this enlightening seminar, which was very informative, by the way, I would like to express our gratitude to Mr. Mukul for sharing his valuable expertise on resume building. I must say this personally, I really enjoyed it. It was very explanatory. So thank you, all of you, for your presence and active participation, all the participants right there. So thank you, Mr. Mukul, for that as well. And guys, please take a note of this. We'll be sharing links to the IT social media profiles as well as the feedback forms in the messages. We encourage you to provide your feedback and complete the forms to help us improve future events. And yeah, so we look forward to welcoming you to our upcoming seminars. Thank you, everyone. Thank you again, sir.
Yeah.
It was really
Yeah.
nice to have you
Yeah,
here.
sure,
Yeah.
sure. It was my pleasure giving out the information that I learned.
Yeah.
So again, good luck with your future endeavors and everyone. Thank you for attending my session and listening to me. Thank you so much. I'll see you around.
Thank you, sir. Thank you,
Yeah,
sir. It
sure,
was our
sure.
pleasure.
Thank you. Yeah, bye.